Alright, so it's AP here. Who we here with today?
What's happening, AP? This is Al Speed Chuck with.
Alright, what gave you the motivation to like do what you do now and do everything you're doing?
Well, what gave me the motivation is, man, like looking at the stuff around me, coming up as a kid, with little to do, but a lot to do, the community, and the older guys that I looked up to, that's still around as my older peers and stuff like that, man, they gave me the motivation.
When you was younger, what type of group did you hang around with?
I hung around with a group of guys that was actually good guys, and I explained my homeboys people and, what kind of guys they was. I always tell people, like, my homeboys were schoolboys. We was good kids, we wasn't the kids that went out and bullied people. We wasn't the kids that went out and tried to take from, like personality, but we was also go-getters, man. We was also those guys that you couldn't just intimidate us. You couldn't, look down on us because we was we had that ego, you weren't gonna just try us now. You weren't gonna try us.
Did you think you was gonna be what you are today when you was young?
Well, I used to wanna always do what I'm doing now. Yes, I really did, as a kid, and I just answered this same question in another interview. Well, I used to play around with computers and I used to crop pictures. I used to, do videos and stuff. And I'm doing that stuff now. I used to try to make music as a kid. Some people probably wouldn't even believe me, but me and my cousin used to rap and my homeboys, three of my homeboys, they used to make music and so on and so on. So yeah, I used to dream for this lifestyle.
When you was little, did you have any, problems in school or stuff like that?
Man, I had a whole lot of problems. Kid, I'm gonna tell you this. I'm gonna speak from the heart when I say this too. This stuff I'm saying, I was bad, dog. I was bad. I was like a kid that I ain't gonna say I bullied people. I ain't gonna say I did that, but my mental went all there, man. I was always into stuff. Always into stuff. I'm just happy that my grandmama prayed for me and God answered her prayer and God answered my prayer, delivered me from all of that. I was a messed up kid, man. I was bad, man. I was bad.
Did you go to college? And if you did, what degrees did you get?
Well, I haven't went to college just yet. I'm currently in school right now, focusing on getting my GED. Any kid that looking at this, man, I could say this. Never think it's too late, man. I'm 32 years old and I'm still trying to fight to get my credentials up under my belt, man.
When you get your GED, what are you gonna do?
That's a great question, man. I want to go for photography. I want to be a photographer. I want to be a music engineer. I do that now, but I just want to get the credentials behind it. As in me walking into a place and I say, hey, I'm an engineer also, and I also can show that paper behind it.
Did you play any sports when you was a kid?
Yeah, I played basketball, baseball, t-ball, football, the Pee Wee League. I ain't play no sports when I got to middle school and high school. Only because the support wasn't there, and I was always jumping from different stuff, but people's never really supported me as I figured that they should. So I always flopped around and do this and do that and do this and do that. But later in life, man, as I got older, I said to myself, people, they really don't know what to support when they come towards me. They don't know what to support, but if I only gave them one thing to support, they wouldn't support it as if they should support it. They'll support it only because they, they figure they want to support it. So why not do everything? So here I'm just doing a lot of stuff now.
When you was young and you was playing sports, did you ever think to go pro?
Well, yeah, never thought to go major in football, basketball, baseball, but when I used to box, man, I used to, man, I used to run from my grandma's house all the way to the light, like 40 different times, back and forth, like non-stop. Like, and I really had the dream to be a God dog in Zab Judah. I really looked up to the guy Zab Judah. He's a professional boxer. Yep, I wanted to make it big in boxing.
Now that you're older, do you ever feel like you want to do those things again?
I would, but not right at this moment, because like I'm 32 and I figure if I start boxing right now and I'm 32, they're gonna go for my age range. I wouldn't fight a guy that's 5 years younger than me, 10 years younger than me, and I wouldn't fight a guy that's older than me, neither only because I look up to them as my elders. But I would box. I would, train to box or try to go, but I wouldn't try to take it too far. I wouldn't try to take it too far. Only based on my age.
If you ever were to box again, would you try to go pro, or would you try to, stay as...
No, I go pro. I go pro. If I was to get back into it, and my agility, my heart rate, everything fall into place for it, yeah, I go pro. I go pro only because why stay the little man? Why stay a sparring type? Why stay with 3 fights under your belt? Go far as you can go with it, and most people that probably look up to me, if I was to start boxing, and those people say, man, yeah, I see little brother being a good boxer, man. I see that for him, man, and not just the older people, but the kids that's up under me, They may say, man, like my nephews, they may say Uncle Frog made the pro, man, in boxing, We can do the same thing. Let's do what Uncle Frog did. Let's box like Uncle Frog, stuff like that. That's the biggest achievement. So yeah, I fight my hardest to go pro. I fight my hardest to go pro.
Do you have any kids?
No, I don't have kids, man. That's a good question, man. That's a great question. My nephews and nieces, they really do want me to make kids. My sisters, my mom and daddy. But I could say I don't want to make a kid right now in life, only because I'm not situated. I'm not financially stable. If I make a baby, my baby will need 100% of me. And I ain't even got 100% of myself, man.
If you were one to have kids, how many kids would you have?
I want 4. Only because my mama got 4, my daddy got 4, my big sister got 4, my next big sister got 4, and my little sister got 3, but I know she's going to have a man soon, so I want 4.
If you were to have the 4 kids that you want, what would you want them to become or be?
What I want them to be?
Yeah.
Well, to just sum it up, I want them to be better than me. Anything that they fight to do, I'ma support them. Anything that they ever try to achieve in life, I'ma support them. Anything that they actually want from a stove, from a candy lady, from this, from that, from anything, I'ma make sure they got, because I was that kid that was less fortunate to have a lot, and that's what hindered me from a lot of my dreams. I ain't gonna lie to you.
So, as you said, you would want 4 kids. What would, their punishments be?
Their punishments would be, such as now. And how old are you, man?
Me, I'm 13.
You 13, okay, so boom. Their punishment will be greater punishments than what these kids get today, because if my kid was a kid that be so much on the cell phone or so much in the tablet or so much into this type of stuff, my kid actually have a job right there in that cell phone, a job right there in that tablet, a job right there on that computer. Well, he's not only playing a game on his phone, he's not only playing a game that's gonna block out what he's supposed to be doing, Right now, these kids probably got phones in their hand right now, not doing nothing pertaining to school, not doing nothing pertaining to nothing. But my kid, like I say, they punishment won't be as in, I'm going to take your phone, or I'm going to take your game. I'm going to let them play their game. Their punishment going to be, hey, man, go out the door and have fun with your kids, with your friends. You're not going to be in the house stuck up on the knee all day because you got your phone. Go out the door and have fun, man. Go down the road and ride your bike. Go get the skates out the garage or that school out that garage, and you go down the road and have fun.
Did you ever play any games like on the video games that you play?
Man. We had more to come. I ain't used to like video games. I ain't used to like it because I ain't care for it. I ain't gonna say I ain't like it. I ain't care for it. But we had games and stuff right now. I remember. I think I was in like the 4th grade, and we had a school thing. I can't even think what it was called. Like where they passed out stuff. They gave us tickets, and they passed out stuff like a spelling bee. It wasn't a spelling bee, but it was like a spelling. I think it was a reward ceremony. And I won a PS2. I won a PS2, man. And the PS2 came with a few games and everything. That same PlayStation 2. My daddy beat my behind with that power cord, man. My daddy beat my butt with that power cord. Heck yeah.